And former Olympian and 2015 FIBA AfroBasket champion Al-Farouq Aminu, he's celebrating a decade of empowering young basketball talents through his Aminu Good Works Foundation. It's a combine. And since its launch in 2016, the annual program has provided Nigerian players with opportunities to showcase their skills, gain exposure, and access educational and professional pathways. The initiative has helped several athletes secure scholarships and advance their basketball careers both locally and internationally. As the AGWF Combine marks its 10th anniversary, Aminu himself reaffirmed his commitment to investing in the next generation, describing youth development as the foundation for the continued growth and global success of Nigerian basketball. So, gentlemen, without further ado, let me introduce a 2012 Olympian, a 2015 FIBA AfroBasket champion, an NBA star, and of course, he was also voted to the 2012 All-Africa team for the 2012 AfroBasket. Al-Farouq Aminu joins us tonight from Ibadan. Al-Farouq, thank you so much for coming through tonight on Game On. It's a pleasure to have you on the show, and welcome back to Nigeria again. Al-Farouq, are you there? I think his audio is a bit frozen, actually, but hopefully we can get him. We can sort that out in a few minutes. But, gentlemen, it's good to see that how lots of NBA stars, lots of former players, all of them are holding camps. All of them are doing great things, from Masai Ujiri to Al-Farouq Aminu. Multiple people are Olumide Oyedeji as well. Multiple people are doing great things in order to grow the sport of basketball in Nigeria. For Al-Farouq Aminu, 10 years of consistency is no joke. Okay.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And that's someone you know that can impact the youth in a positive way, not just in terms of playing style, but their conduct on and off the basketball court. I mean, having people like this come back home to Nigeria to give back to the grassroots, it helps a lot. That's just the truth. Where in situations whereby the NBBF is not doing what they're meant to be doing, it's good to know that we've got, should I say, patriotic stars that want to come back home and help the next generation and want to give them what they had no access to. That's the truth.
That's elite coaching, mentorship. Yeah.
And then opportunities as well outside of Nigeria, because the best of the best do have the opportunity to leave Nigeria, and some of them actually get scouted by top teams as well. So it's a fantastic initiative that he's been running.
I totally agree. Tony, you want to weigh in on that?
Yeah, you know, that's one of the advantages of having your players play to the highest level. Because, you know, development should come from every angle. While you are doing your best with the grassroots. And, okay, let's pause a little bit, because it looks like Aminu is back with us.
Unfortunately, there's something really wrong with his link. He's left again. But this is a man known as the Chief. And of course, he's led the Nigerian national basketball team for many years, alongside his brother as well.
Alade. I was going to ask him, where is Alade?
I'm hoping that he can come on
so that we can ask.
Yeah,
so, as I was saying, development should come from every angle. As you are doing your bit with grassroots, we just spoke about school and out of school. So there should be avenues to cover everyone. The kind of thing that Aminu is doing easily takes care of those talented kids who may not be in school, you know, who are just loitering around the stadium in Ibadan, or just going around.
And who have talent.
And then they have the opportunity to, you know, see somebody who is providing a platform for you to show your skill, and then you go there. And then it gives them an opportunity to, you know, be scouted, and then go abroad for education and everything. And it covers them. And at the same time, it takes care of those who are talented and easy to track in school. So
the thing about basketball is it's such an amazing sport, and how quickly it takes people out of poverty into a totally different standard of living. I was telling people yesterday about Bam Adebayo, who lived in a trailer park with his mother, and now he's a global, he's a global superstar playing for the Miami Heat. He's dating one of the most high-profile players in the WNBA as well. He's an U.S. Olympian as well. His life changed through a sport, and that's what we'd really like to see, how people can. Not everybody, has the opportunity to probably be study for an MBA or a PhD, but basketball can take you to places that your mind cannot even fathom.
The stories are everywhere today.
Of course, no doubt about that. And I've seen that it's not only America. Obviously, all across Africa. The major target is the NBA, but we've got vibrant leagues in Asia, in Korea, in China, and we're even starting to see that, even in Indonesia, and we're starting to see NBA superstars even leave the NBA, some in their prime, they go to these other nations and they play well, and then they earn well as well. So the sky is the limit for anyone who is really invested in basketball and really interested. As far as you know that you want it, you've got an enabling environment. the sky is the limit.
That's it.
Right, gentlemen, I think we actually have Al-Farouq Aminu right now, if I may. Al-Farouq, are you there?
How you doing?
Hey, long live the chief. The chief is in the building.
Oh, appreciate that.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm sure you know that song by Jidena, Long Live the Chief, right?
Of course. I thought it was about me.
Yeah, it's definitely about you. And this show is definitely about you. Thank you so much for coming through tonight. 10 years of consistency, raising the bar, consistently raising the bar, giving Nigerian kids an opportunity. How challenging has this journey been?
It's been a reward, honestly. You know what I mean? To be able to give back, honestly. My dad used to always say that, you know, you'd rather be the one that has to give than have to ask to receive. So I think it's a blessing, alhamdulillah, that I've been able to give back and impact in a region where my dad is from. So it's a blessing, honestly. And yes, it's been, you know, difficult sometimes to navigate, but when you have the will to do it, you find a way for sure. So I can't always take all the credit, honestly. There's a lot of people that you don't see that work behind the scenes in order to make things happen. And it's just a beautiful thing that, like you said, we've been able to do 10 years now. And we're just getting way more structure and different things like that with the camp. And I'm excited about what we have in the future for our country.
Well, Al-Farouq, just before you I'm not sure if you heard that part of the show. We're talking about the power of sports, especially basketball, to elevate people from obscure situations, from penury into places and stratospheres that they would never have dreamed possible. Now, for someone like you who's played in the NBA, you've played with the Chicago Bulls, Orlando Trail Blazers, God knows how many franchises you played with, can you tell us firsthand just how much power sports has to elevate the Nigerian youth?
Yeah, man, I've been to China, I've been to Brazil, I've been to Europe, I've been to Africa, all because of the ball going into the hoop. I play around with my friends and family and stuff like that and look at my right hand and be like, man, this thing done took me everywhere, you know, being able to make a jump shot. So it's a beautiful game, man. It's the beauty of it, too, is it's a game that's loved around the world. So there's so many different opportunities, not only just in Africa, but everywhere. You know, everybody kind of loves the game for sure. And then, you know, obviously you're able to make good money and, you know, to be able to play a sport for your whole life, that's the only job I've ever had. I find it a true blessing, honestly. You know?
All right, Al-Farouq, I mean, when you were speaking earlier, you did say that you've been doing this for 10 years in Nigeria and there have been challenges. Can you walk us through some of the challenges that you face consistently, or maybe some of the challenges you faced in the past trying to make this happen?
Just like any business, you know what I mean? When you first starting off, man, there's a lot of difficulties that you're going to end up running into. You know, finding a team, I think that was probably the hardest part, finding guys on the ground that you can trust and different things like that. We have a lot of family and stuff like that, but you still got to find people that are actually passionate about the game of basketball. So, you know, it takes a couple years for that to happen. Also, I was working my real job when I was doing this. So I didn't have 1,000% time to focus on this. That's what the beauty of this time is now that I'm done with my career. I got some time to unwind from that as well. And now I'm able to kind of figure out, you know, what it is, the things that I like. And every time I come here, I know that this is a good energy and it's something that I want to continue to do and that I have a passion for. And I'm doing even things in the States in order to help my education about how to help the youth. So, yeah, man, it's just, you know, something that's just been beautiful to be able to be consistent with, for sure.
That's great. Toy?
Okay, Al-Farouq, I'm going to reverse that question and ask what some of the, you know, benefits, success stories that you have to tell us around the benefit, around this program. But before you do that, I told them I was going to ask, where is Alade?
Where's your brother?
How is he doing? Your brother Alade?
He's doing beautiful, man.
Yeah,
he runs businesses. He's retired now as well. He runs businesses in Atlanta. He has a restaurant and different things like that. And we got to get him out here as well, man. It's been a little. Yeah, because I was just talking to Champaguchi too, and all those guys, man. I want to get them to come back and help the youth as well. So that's my dream for sure.
Yeah, because I'm not sure we've had too many brothers playing at the national team basketball. We've had in football, we've had in other sports, but not in basketball. So what are some of the gains, some of the things that you can point, success stories that you can point out for these 10 years of your investment in helping basketball from the grassroots?
Yeah, man, the girls, being able to help out the girls portion of the program, I think that those are the ones skill set wise, because the game is not at a level that the boys are at yet, that they actually been able to go and play in different countries. And I think they have a chance in pipeline. You see some of the girls that might have a chance to actually go on to the next level and play in universities and different things like that. We've also had some boys to go on and play in college and be able to, make sure they get an education from the game of basketball. So those are the big successes, you know what I mean? But I feel like every kid there, you know what I mean? They gain something from the camp. You see them come up to you after the camp and they're smiling and they're happy about things and they're having a different perspective on life. And sometimes it's the harsh reality finding out that, basketball is not your thing, you know what I mean? You realize like, whoa, there are some other tall kids. They get to see that at the camp and they don't, keep on with this idea that I need to be playing basketball, because you get to see so many different kids. So, yeah, it's not always, like I said, yes, we entice them with the basketball, but I believe that all these different kids, they went on to have, good careers, be good people, good kids in the community, and we're proud of that for sure.
Okay, Al-Farouq, I mean, your program has to be one of the longest running basketball programs in this country. Just how much support have you received from the Nigerian Basketball Federation, and also NBA Africa as an former NBA star yourself?
Well, the NBA does do a matching fund. You know what I mean? That's what they do for NBA players. That's even the reason that I even started the nonprofit. When I first came back, I just wanted to do some good, give back to some kids and help out some people. But through that process of having to be kind of structured because of wanting to get some money from the NBA. That's what made me, obviously be organized with it. So I really necessarily didn't look for sponsors or try to have a whole bunch of people help me with what it is I was doing. I just wanted to give back. But now I kind of understand that, the platform and the team that I'm building, they all kind of talk around me and say, hey, man, we need to, make this bigger. We need to, make more exposure. And that's why I'm doing things like this, which is not necessarily what I like to do more so. I don't really want to keep highlighting myself. I had a great time highlighting myself and being all about myself. And I feel like, now it's time for somebody else to get that spotlight. That's why I named the camp, Who is Chief? You know what I mean? I want to find out who is the next chief, who's the next one like myself. I think it's one thing to do it for yourself, but it's another thing to be able to help another person get up there as well.
Farouq, before we let you go, I can't help but ask, 10 years in, this camp is holding in Ibadan. It leaves Ibadan, moves to Abuja in a few days. So what has been special about this particular 10-year anniversary of your combine?
I would say that my dad getting more involved. He's always been around in different things like that. But I think that over the time now, he's just like, man, I really see that, you have a passion. You're doing it in my hometown. It's just a beautiful thing. We get family around and everything like that. So seeing him more involved, and he always wanted to be a politician. And he didn't really kind of get to do that because he started having kids and fell in love and all that stuff like that. So kind of getting to see him do his little politician stuff and, be able to help these kids, I think is really cool. So I think that's, the really cool part about this year for me. And then also, a couple other my family members, like my cousins, are around as well, helping me. So I think just more of my family wanting to come around and help me with what I'm doing, I think it's just a beautiful energy. They just naturally seeing what it is that I was doing and, wanting to make sure that it prospers even more.
Al-Farouq Aminu, 2012 Olympian and 2015 AfroBasket champion and former NBA star. Thank you so much for coming through tonight on Game On. And I need to say, long live the Chief. Thank you so much.
Respect.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much.